Have you ever known that one guy that just no matter how much people try to tell him, they just gotta go their own way and make a lot of mistakes and hurt a lot of people in the process? We're going to be talking about that and more from Proverbs chapter 12. Hey guys, and welcome back to God's Word Made Simple by Simple Servant Ministries. My name is Aaron Hawk, and if this is your first time visiting with us, I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here with us today. God's Word Made Simple is an online discipleship ministry dedicated to taking God's Word and making it simple. We want to help you understand God's Word, apply it to your life, and grow in your relationship with the Lord. And guys, if you appreciate this content, at some point make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn that bell notification to all so that you don't miss any future videos. We would love to have you as part of our family, and absolutely share this video with someone if you'd like to as well. Okay guys, let's get into the text. So today we are starting in Proverbs chapter 12, and we're going to start in verse 13. You don't necessarily have to have understood the previous section here to understand today's video. Remember, the Proverbs, it's a collection of general truths, so sometimes it's only one or two verses that is even the focus of an individual thought, and then it'll move on to another thought. Sometimes they're strung together more than that. But if you want to know more of the whole counsel of God, catch our Proverbs series, and I'll just put the general link there for the whole playlist. So let's get into chapter 12, verse 13. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will escape from trouble. And we talked about that actually in the last video, about kind of the mouth and how it gets us in trouble and so on. So I'm not going to repeat a lot of that here. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will escape from trouble. Verse 14, a man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words. So again, words are powerful. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words, but the deeds of a man's hands will return to him. So if you are speaking good, if you are choosing to focus on good, then you will be satisfied by the fruit of that. In other words, you should receive in return good. Now that is not karma. I keep having to hit that one because that word has just infiltrated our society. Soon I'm going to do a video on the whole concept of karma. I talked about it in one of the previous proverb videos. If I can remember which one it was, I'll put the card up there. If I can't, then you'll have to wait for the full video to come out. But it's God's justice at work here, not karma. Karma is this impersonal force. God is a personal God, not to mention he's God and not some ethereal thing. So anyway, and the deeds of a man's hands will return to him. Verse 15, which is really the main nugget that I wanted to share in this section, although all of this is really good, but this is the main one that I wanted to share in this video. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man is he who listens to counsel. See, a fool is someone that thinks they know everything and their way is the right way no matter what. And we've all known those people. And you can be a fool either by being stupid or by being arrogant or just any number of other ways, right? There's lots of ways to be a fool. But the bottom line is the Bible calls you a fool if you just do whatever you think is right, regardless of the circumstances, the feedback, wisdom, etc. Right? So the way of the fool is right in his own eyes. But a wise man is he who listens to counsel. And of course, it's implied that it is good counsel, right? If you have a fool asking other fools what to do, they're all going to be fools together, right? But if you are seeking wisdom, you will find it. We've talked about that extensively in our Proverbs series, so I won't repeat all of that now. But a wise man is he who listens to counsel. See, a wise person receives instruction, knows how to sort through the good and the bad, and then acts based on that wisdom. A fool's anger is known at once, but a prudent man conceals dishonor. Now, this is a big one for me growing up. Some of you do and don't know my history. I've shared it in some of the videos, and I haven't shared a lot, but I've shared some about my dad being abusive. He was a drunk and an abuser. So I had a lot of anger growing up, and this was a key verse for me growing up. A fool's anger is known at once. See, I had a hair trigger as a kid. It didn't take much to get me going and really, really angry, and it took me a long time to calm down. I was a fool. A fool's anger is known at once. See, foolish people, the second something happens, they light off. That's that hair trigger, right? A fool's anger is known at once, but a prudent man conceals dishonor. See, it's not saying that someone who has some wisdom doesn't get angry. It's that they have learned how to control their emotions and therefore their mouth enough to conceal what would lead to dishonor. And by the way, that fool's anger being known at once is dishonor. That's the point that's being made here. There's a parallel being drawn here between the fool and the prudent man, and between letting your anger be known at once and dishonor. It's a parallel. So, and you don't have to be convinced of that, right? We all know that loudmouth person that gets angry really fast. Everybody knows they're stupid. They might be afraid of them, but everybody knows they're stupid, doesn't really care for them, because they're always angry at the drop of a hat. So again, a fool's anger is known at once, but a prudent man conceals dishonor. All right, verse 17. He who speaks truth tells what is right, but a false witness deceit. Now this one's pretty self-evident, right? He who speaks truth tells what is right. But in other words, if you want to be righteous, you will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God, right? But a false witness deceit. And this goes to that concept of speaking with integrity. You know, Jesus talked about let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything else is of evil, right? See, when you're not practicing this, then you're getting into gossip. You're getting into tale-bearing or bearing false witness, deceit. All right, verse 18. See, the Bible has a lot to say about our mouth and our tongue. And as Jesus tells us, it's out of the heart that a man is defiled. Not what goes into the man, but out of the heart he speaks, and that is what defiles a man. All right, verse 18. There is one who speaks rashly like the thrusts of a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. See, when we're angry, it's actually that we want to destroy. See, Jesus actually says, if you are angry with your brother, you have committed murder in your heart. The end result of anger is that we want to destroy. Somebody has violated our rules and we want to destroy them. So anger, this is the beautiful analogy here. There is one who speaks rashly like the thrusts of a sword. And I had a family member like that. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't think that would be helpful right now. But there was an adult in my life growing up that always spoke like that. And yes, my dad was one, but I'm not talking about him right now. But it didn't matter what it was that person constantly needling you, constantly cutting you down with their words. There is one who speaks rashly like the thrusts of a sword. They just leave you bleeding all the time. Why? Who knows? It depends on the person, on the why they do it. But clearly it's somebody who doesn't know how to control their emotions and therefore their words. But the tongue of the wise brings healing. And we have now the twofold purpose or the twofold results of the way that we use our tongues. See, we can speak death or we can speak life. We can speak in such a way to tear people down, which is pretty much modern America right now, or we can speak with a purpose to healing, restoration, and unity. That's what we need. So once again, on your social media, in your interpersonal reactions, make sure that you're choosing to speak life and not to speak death. Build people up rather than tearing them down. Yes, you can still have opinions, by all means, but let's do so in a way that honors Christ. Verse 19, and finishing this one for today, truthful lips will be established forever, but a lying tongue is only for the moment. See, when you are someone who speaks life, who chooses to build people up, you will have a legacy. When you choose to break people down, tear people down, and harass and harm them, nobody's going to care about you. Nobody is going to mourn when you're gone. That joy of being able to eviscerate that other person is only going to last for a moment. But the reality is everybody else can clearly see that you're a fool. So that self-righteous honor only lasts for a moment, and then the fact is you have ruined your witness for everyone else forever, at least for a long time if you end up coming back from that. All right, guys, be careful with your speech. Be careful with your heart because your speech comes out of your heart. So let's be careful. Let's build each other up and speak life. All right, guys, that is it for today. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe, turn that bell notification to all. If you like this channel and you want to help us beyond that way, make sure that you share the video with somebody that you think would appreciate it or on your social media. And if you want to help financially, of course, there is a link down in the description. We would love to be able to get some better equipment. Guys, thank you very much, and God bless.